Are we sorted?
Yes. So, at last, welcome to the Malt Man episode 2.
This is the greatest show known to man, to be honest.
It is. It's not the greatest show known to man that's never been recognised.
Exactly. Don't worry, the accolades will come in time.
So, have you got anything to say about it? This is what we're doing, as you know from the title.
Yeah, so we're doing the Western Gold. This is basically, if you're skint, then this is the choice for you. To be fair, Western Gold by Lidl. It's about £12.50 an hour. That's what I paid anyway.
I'm just checking how much it is in the supermarkets and that. Jack Daniels, Tesco's. There we go. A litre of JD in Tesco's at the minute is £32.
£32. So this is 700ml for £12.50. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes down an absolute treat. Me and I were speaking a bit before about they changed the bottling on this. So I believe that it's now actually produced in Kentucky because they've put Kentucky bourbon on there, which to me means that it should be made in Kentucky, unless they're lying, of course.
Yeah, well, I have got, you can tell with the label they're aiming at Jim Beam for the copy.
Yeah, it's a Jim Beam ripoff. It's Jim Beam for peasants, really, isn't it?
They also do a 5-year, which is £3 dearer or more expensive.
Yeah, we'll probably try that down the line. I'm sure that the notes and the taste would have matured by then, to be fair. 3-year-olds, you know. I mean, to be fair, I think the standard Jim Beam is aged for 3 years, so we'll give it a go anyway. I've got 3 glasses here because I'm a ponce. I've got your nosing glass, I've got your ice, and I've got a can of Coke to mix it with Coke because that's what everyone really wants to know. Does it taste nice with Coke?
Yeah, I've got the nosing one, and I've got that one, which I'm going to put ice and Coke in because I have JD and Coke with ice, so I know from that.
Yeah.
What they actually say about it is it's a smooth and mild, straight old Kentucky bourbon whiskey distilled and aged under supervision of United States government. Now, this is where I picked up something on the label because it says all that, but it's actually bottled in Germany.
Yeah, that's a little special. So I presume what they've done is they've just got permission to use the Kentucky bourbon title. They must have had permission to say that, otherwise they'd be bulls, really. One thing I've noticed on the bottom of the bottle as well is coloured, so it's caramel coloured. Obviously, that just makes it look darker than it actually is in reality, but just makes it a better selling point. If you see bourbon right at the very start, it's pretty much white. It's colourless. So yeah, they've just done that to spice it up. But let's crack in.
Let's do it.
Cheers, everyone.
Now, out the bottle, it smells Jim Beamy. Oh
yeah, screw top as well. You're not getting no cork with this. There's no pleasant sounds with this, unfortunately. You are getting the cheap screw top, same as Jameson's. I'm pretty sure Jim Beam have a screw top as well. So do JD.
Yeah, they do. Well, they did. No, I ain't bought JD for a long while.
Smells very, very thin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Smells very thin.
I'm picking up the vanilla.
Yeah, there's a little bit of vanilla and oak in there, but it's massively mild. But that's what you expect with a whiskey these days at this price, anyway.
Well, yeah, for the money, it's. I mean, what's the standard for a Jack Daniels now for a 750? About 23, 24 quid, unless it's on offer.
Yeah, it's one of those where you pick it up when it's on offer for 18 quid. And the reason why we're doing this whiskey today is just I imagine most people are going to mix this whiskey, hence why I've got the Coke. If it comes close to JD or Jim Beam, I'd be surprised, to be fair. But
it doesn't smell.
It's vanilla. It's a little bit of oak. Little bit of cherry, not much more. I'm going in. Cheers. It's a bit flat.
I was just going to say there's not a lot going on.
It's a bit flat. The alcohol's there for 40%, which is pretty much the lowest you can do legally with whiskey. It's not bad, but it is flat. It's not bad, to be fair. I mean, if you were going to decide between this and Bell's, if you were to go for a Scotch, I'd go for this any day, to be fair.
Oh yeah, I can't drink Bell's. Ugh.
That's
Is
the old
like it's like a watered down Jack Daniels.
It is, yeah.
And it's not as sweet as JD. There's not much sweetness going on. But all I'm getting really is very slight vanilla and then the alcohol.
Have you seen what Jack said? Every time Taylor says "to be fair," you'll be smashed. It is my favorite. It is my favorite comment. To be fair.
Yes, I would say with that. We'll see in a minute with the Coke, but purely drinking it as it is, I would pay the extra and get Jack Daniels or Jim Beam. It's
not rough though, is it, Al? You don't drink it and wince, do you? It tastes what it costs, if that makes sense. It needs a little bit more maturity in the barrel, I'd say. Taste wise, you get a lot of the oak and you get a little bit of vanilla. It's the same as what it smells, to be fair. I get a little bit of cherry, not much else. It is very, very thin. What I mean by thin is that it doesn't coat your mouth, does it?
Well, it don't the glass either.
No, no, it doesn't stick to the glass at all.
I'm actually getting more flavour when I've stopped drinking it, the aftertaste.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's nice. It's nice enough. I mean, I wasn't expecting to do this review and be blown away by it, by any means. But it does its job. I mean, I'm sure it'd be nicer as a mixer. It's not bad at all. For the price point, I'd probably give it a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
I think I would put it, like we said with the Okatoshin, that is a good entry level for somebody that's just trying to get into malts. And I think this is probably good if you're just getting into bourbons and you've not really tried many.
Yes, it's not bad at all. The problem is, I picked up the Jack Daniel's single barrel the other day. It's about 45%. It's about 45 quid as well, but it was on offer for 30 quid. And when you've been drinking decent bourbon for a few days, this doesn't really touch your sides, to be fair.
That would be really good for shotting because it's not really harsh.
Yeah. Well, we know what you're going to do with it on the factory now, don't we?
What? Shot it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to see what it's like with the Coke and the ice. I think maybe it's not something you should do or you should have to do, but probably if you got like the vanilla Coke and add with it.
Vanilla Coke might be nice with it, to be fair. I tell you what, I always pick up around Christmas time. If Coke still do it this year, they've done a cinnamon Coke for the last 2 years. It's nice with whiskey.
Right, that's what's in that glass.
Yeah.
The whiskey was up to there. And it's lost all flavour.
You got Coke in there?
Yeah.
Full fat Coke?
No. Always get sugar-free.
All right, let's give it a try with Coke. At the moment, I would say I'd recommend it.
It's easy drinking with the Coke. You would recommend it?
No, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it neat as a cheap treat.
Yeah. With the Coke, it's like, again, it's like you've not put enough Jack Daniels in your Coke. It's just not enough going on. I think that's a neat drink, not a mix. Mix it with anything.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I can't taste nothing in that. I can't taste the whiskey.
No,
which is pretty dangerous, to be fair.
That tastes like vanilla Coke. and nothing else.
Well, you have about 6 of those, you'll be on your ass, won't you? It's still 40% whiskey, but
it could be
I
dangerous.
can knock them back all night.
Because you can't taste it, so you're just going to drink it like pop. It's just like drinking vanilla Coke.
Actually, now you've said that, yeah. It is a bit like vanilla Coke, to be honest. Notice I'm changing it out from to be fair, to be honest.
Yeah. I think if you're somebody that doesn't like the harshness of whiskies and stuff, I think you'd like that in Coke because it's nice.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean that would be nice if you're coming to a party and you're skin and you bring this and you throw it in you throw it down as a mixer, you'd be absolutely fine. Personally, I wouldn't drink it with Coke. I prefer to taste it, which is why JD and Coke does so well.
Yeah,
I mean, still taste the JD.
Entry level, I think if you're just getting into it, buy it for the money.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm pushing these two to the side just because, if I'm honest, I prefer it neat.
With the Coke, you get a bit of the sweetness, but you can't taste it. You can't taste the bourbon.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Overall review, not bad. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I probably would buy it again. It's always there. I don't know if all Lidls are laid out the same, but you know when you get to the aisle point, the checkout point rather. You know when is the alcohol just by the checkout?
Yes.
In yours.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. They perfectly placed it, haven't they? They perfectly placed it as like a last-minute pickup. You see this, you see a bourbon for £12.50. You used to buy in Jack Daniels for 18 quid or 23 quid when it's not an offer. You're going to pick that up all day long, aren't you? I would buy that again.
I think as a cheapo, as I say, if you don't want to spend the Jack Daniels money, then it's better than buying Bells or anything like that. And it's handy if you've got a couple of mates around and you don't want to spend much money when they're around, you can just buy that instead of JD. Because who cares when you've got mates around?
Also, with a cheaper bourbon, it's if you've never tried it before, if you hate it, you're only going to lose £12.50, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're not putting your life on the line. If you've never tried whiskey before, I know a lot of people in chat say they don't like whiskey. Just give it a go. Honestly, give it a go. Try it. Pick it up. If it's shit, then you can just throw it in a mixer with a Coke, and you'll like it. It's not bad.
Right, what you mark it out of 10?
6.5 for the price.
Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 5.
5 out of 10. That's a bit harsh.
Middle of the road. It's not anything that I'd say, oh yeah, I'll get a bottle of that while I'm in there. But if I pushed for something and thought, I fancy JD, and I was in there, then I'd get it and think, well, I'll just treble the amount I'm putting in the glass and get rattled.
But Al, think of the price.
On price, for what it is, I'd give it 6.5, 7. But overall, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because it's going on taste.
It's very flat. It's very thin. It has a standard bourbon flavors, but just not enough of them. It's got a very faint whiskey, very faint cherry, a little bit of oak. Not much else going on, to be fair.